Welcome back to the IBSP. Here's your host, Foxy New.
Team David Benavidez has not heard back from Team Bivol. And look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And SAMPSON of Team David Benavidez has went on the Bernardo Pilati podcast show and basically did an interview about the negotiations between David Benavidez and Dimitri Bivol's teams. And he stated that, hey, they've reached out to Team Bivol, they've made an offer and have not heard back as of yet in reference to that offer in the fight being made. So any news coming out that, hey, that we're in negotiations is fake news. Now, what's interesting about this is a lot of people are already taking to social media saying that Dimitri Bivol's team is ducking David Benavidez, and that's why they haven't heard back. You see the lies and narratives already spreading. But even in this same interview, SAMPSON of Team Benavidez states that, hey, Dimitri Bivol's team asked them a simple question: who's going to guarantee the money? SAMPSON stated that the PBC will guarantee the money. They'll put the money in escrow once the fight is signed and made. So you see that's not an issue. Then Team Bivol responded, how about we fight David Benavidez in June? Is that date available? Team Benavidez says they cannot fight Dimitri Bivol in June because David Benavidez is injured. So if David Benavidez is injured and cannot fight in June, but he can fight anywhere between September and December, it seems like a pump fake. Because think about this. If you know that Dimitri Bivol is trying to make a trilogy with Artur Beterbiev, and he anticipates on fighting him later in the year, then why not get his mandatory out of the way? But he can't get his mandatory out of the way because David Benavidez is supposedly injured now and cannot fight in June. So if David Benavidez can't fight in June and he's injured and Dimitri Bivol cannot come to an agreement, then what happens is he's going to get stripped. David will be promoted to the full-time champion, and people will turn around and call Dimitri Bivol a duck, even though he attempted to try to make the fight in June. But David Benavidez is only available from September to December of this year. Now, what's also interesting is Dan Rafael contradicts this entire report from SAMPSON by saying, hey, both sides have made offers to the other, but it's not close to being finalized. So you see, Team Benavidez, everything they say you have to take with a grain of salt. We'll see if this fight gets made. But at this point, it looks a little bit like a pump fake to me because it looks like Team Benavidez put out an offer. Bivol responded, tried to make the fight in June, and these guys are saying, no, we can only do it from September to December. SAMPSON even said that, oh, no, David just needs his rest, and he cannot fight in June at all, which would hinder any fight because if they're trying to make a trilogy, if they're trying to make the trilogy happen, how is David Benavidez going to say that when he can't fight in June? It messes up the entire fight plan of the year. And since the WBC has ordered this fight right away, then that means Dimitri Bivol will likely get stripped before any fight can be made.